Hello and welcome. Welcome to Draken Memoria. Yay! I know we're a little bit late. I had a little bit of problem right before the stream. Fortunately, it's fixed, and now both my screens are working. So, this is why we're a bit more late than usual. Yes, I know, I understood what I just said. So, Dungeons and Dragons. Our channel, and if this is not something you want to watch, well, too bad. You'd think that you'd be used by this by now. We've been doing the same thing for 2.5 years. 2.5? 3? Is it 3.5 or 2.5?
3.5.
3.5. Wow, time flies by.
Well, at the very minimum, I've been here since the summer of 2020.
Damn. All right, 3.5.
And that was around like your 30 episode-ish mark.
Yeah, damn. Time go by really fast. All right, so, but just in case, if it's not something you want to watch, well, if you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube, you have suggestions. You just right or to the left. Pick one, and this is hopefully the last time we'll see each other. Well, I won't see you, but you won't see us anymore, and that's okay. Some of us will forgive you. Not all of us, but some of us will.
At least you'll always know that Jesus will forgive you.
Yes. And if he doesn't, well, you're really in deep shit.
Say a little prayer for you.
All right, so, but if you actually want to be here because you like Dungeons and Dragons, you like us for some reason, you like us playing Dungeons and Dragons, well, it's a pleasure to have you with us. And we hope you'll have a pleasant evening watching this disaster of a roadshow turning into some cohesive story. That's about everything I can say. Do we have a unwilling sponsor tonight? I feel like I'm asking if you want to kill someone.
Yes, I got my uncle's girlfriend here. No, I'm just kidding.
I volunteer Topia's tribute.
Me!
And now we can see that Tobiashi is going to become a warlock. Alright, so if you like the thunderstorm in the background, Aviat Mixer. If you like the battle maps, it's Dungeon Alchemist. If you like the world maps, Wonder Draft. All of these information to go on their website is down below. And that's about every publicity we have. And, good lord, did something fall? Okay.
Oh, sorry, that was just me. I've often been told I'm a shooting star.
Oh, that's okay. I thought you were going to say you farted.
I mean, like, if you really think about it, like, aren't all the stars in the sky just, like, letting out one big fart that just keeps going on and on?
I can't say you're wrong. I'm not sure if you're right, but you're not wrong. Alright, so, and with this interesting comment, let's keep on going. What happened last episode? And don't worry, I make these jokes, but I like the comments that you make. I'm not trying to be mean. It's all part of Dungeons and Dragons, being around the table. So, last episode. Oh, and don't worry, Jorg is gonna be here. He just informed us that he's late. Something about fairies. Maybe he's stuck in a Feywild. Could be a while. You never know what happens in there. He could come back very traumatized. Also.
Portal inside his cloth, so.
Yeah.
If you thought the real world's traffic laws were awful,
The Feywild traffic rules?
Damn, that's harsh, you know.
What? No.
if you run over a quickling, that's considered a hate crime, and you'll be held up by the authorities for weeks.
Yeah. Never mind about grass. Always got to be careful where you step. All right. So, last episode. The party engaged a Griever! Yay! That's about it. So, the party engaged a Griever, a machine made to... Let me go. A machine made to instill fear in the hearts of those it hunts. Our hero poured everything they had in it, causing massive damage. The beast started to reassemble itself. Unfortunately. Yes, I know, I forgot a word. I was supposed to say, then the beast started to reassemble itself. Turn after turn, the thing simply pulled itself together. Eventually, our hero found out nothing they had done so far even damaged the creature. All of their best hits and ability hadn't caused any damage. Forced with the unavoidable truth, the longer they stayed in this fight, the worse their chance for winning got. The adventurers started to look for a way to withdraw. Fortunately, they found it in the form of Fisher banishing the creature with his whip. Probably one of the weapons that's been used the most in our campaign so far. Followed very closely by Remy's dagger. Now our party needs to keep running from the beast while trying to reach the Norton train station. Last episode, I believe the party reached a small point, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. We still have the world map. We still have the NPC placed where our party currently is. And so, from that point, they need to figure a way to reach the Norton station in one piece, which is...
Real. The One Piece is real, guys. Oh, right.
12, 16, 14, 15... 42 miles from where they are right now. Well, maybe 41 miles. With possibly a beast on their trail every single step of the way. Now, last episode, if I'm not mistaken, you'd managed, barely, to make it into the tavern where you listen to a bit of gossip before going to bed. Then you all went to bed. Tobiashi took a little bit of time to pray, as he's doing more and more recently. Are you nervous about something, Tobiashi? You've been...
I'm not
You
worried about
haven't tried
anything.
praying to Satan yet. Maybe just praying to all the wrong people.
Maybe. Dragon. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, that would please audience. You should start doing this in front of him.
Suddenly you just feel a great surge of power from within you. So
That's
this is the power of the dragon.
Yeah.
Alright, so you all went to bed. Tobiashi prayed. Fell asleep while praying. You wake up in the morning with that are hurting because, you fell asleep like this, and so you can't feel your arms and
I was praying the whole night.
yeah. That's what you said. That's what you told Remy when you sneaked by your room during the night. He was just gonna, I'm praying.
I know he went to go tap me, and I'm just like,
Alright. So, you wake up in the morning. I wish Jorg was already there because you wake up and first thing you have to do is a wisdom saving throw. All of you.
Oh, the wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
My dice.
Let's see. I can have the ND Beyond roll for him.
9.
That's an interesting number. Okay. My campaign. Jorg. Alright. A wisdom saving throw.
Darn.
Damn.
Damn.
Well, he's proficient in it. That's supposed to happen, but damn. Alright.
7.
27.
Wait, you mean to tell me that the wisdom-based class with proficiency in the save?
That could never happen. That's like rare.
Alright, so Jorg rolled 27. Audience, what did you roll?
I rolled.
This is like another dream thing. I am so
15.
15. Tobiyashi, you're the one that said 9, or was it Fisher?
No, I got an 8.
You get an 8?
I got a 9.
Okay. Remy?
Haha, I win.
Dang.
Remy, what did you roll?
Remy got a 19.
19. Alright. So, which means audience, Tobiyashi, and Fisher. When you wake up this morning, the first thing you notice after you stretched, look outside, there's this odd feeling inside of you, as if weight had been added on your shoulder. Maybe not added. The more you think about it, the more it feels like it's been here for weeks now. It just kept growing and growing. And now it reached a point where you can't just bear it, push it aside. This weight, as if you were bearing the full brunt of your parent looking at you with disappointment in their eyes. There's a sense of guilt is now there within you. And so, from now on, until I say otherwise, the DC for every single save you make, wisdom saving throw that you make, when it comes to influencing your mind, has increased by 1 point. You have become slightly more susceptible to being influenced.
Oh. Wait, for ones that are going against us or ones that we make?
For example, if someone tries to use a charm spell on you, now, for you, audience, and Fisher, the DC has risen 1 point.
Oh. Damn. Well.
Wait.
Or maybe
being honest,
maybe it might be
against
simpler
us.
to say.
Not October?
No, me too.
Audience, Tobiyashi, and
Oh,
Fisher.
okay. Oh, okay. I just heard audience and vision. I was like,
Okay.
what?
This audience, I know. Hope he doesn't need it.
I mean, it might be easier to say they just have like a -1 penalty to any wisdom save they make.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's sort of a system that doesn't really exist in 5th edition, giving a -1. So I'd rather say a rise.
The DC went higher. Yeah.
I mean, there's the Bane spell.
Yeah. I mean,
Also, Drake, you're gonna have to call me out like that. I'm gonna go. After thanks.
Just trying to slide under the radar. That just...
well, I'm from the 2nd edition, and giving a penalty like this is something that I'm very used to. So I'm very comfortable by saying that you have a -1. That 5th edition tries its best to not say to players you have a minus on something. So, but essentially, yes, you have a -1 for every wisdom saving throw that would allow you to resist being influenced in some way.
Does that count for my silk grapple?
No, that's just being influenced.
Okay.
Your silk can't be charmed. You can be charmed, but your silk can't be charmed.
If your silk began to have a mind of its own,
that's a different thing.
I don't think I'm that level yet. No, I'm just saying.
Right. And for Jorg and Remy, well, that threshold hasn't been reached yet. So you wake up and you don't feel any of this. It is still not strong enough for you to not be able to dismiss it as just being, oh, it's dark and gloomy outside. That's probably it. Bumpy dum. And so this is...
I knew I shouldn't have eaten that slop.
Well, that's Jorg. That's not you.
Got me all depressed. Your body's a temple. No, I'm kidding.
Well, as a monk. That's... Alright. So. You all wake up from this, feeling this weight, except Jorg and Remy. Jorg probably managed to avoid this because he keeps having his blanket on him. It just keeps lifting his spirit continuously. Alright, so you all wake up, you all get out of your room, and you all see one another. Or maybe downstairs as you're all climbing down the stairs and getting ready to have your poor morning meal, which is probably some sort of a pottage that's maybe closer to soup because there's so much liquid in it.
Yeah. This is the water that they use to clean the bathrooms with the rags. Just like a little bit murky.
Those chunk,
in it.
There was someone who had so you probably all, some of you probably look like exactly like Sam does right now as you're sitting around that table, slightly beaten in their resolve. But all there, you all have this bowl and a little piece of bread brought to you. At least it's warm. It's not tasty. Fisher can simply divide his share among the others so they have a little bit more. Or he can just eat it because he's starting to feel spite toward everyone else. I don't know. You don't have to.
Yeah.
But, alright. So, once again, you're all around the same table.
Fisher's never been jealous about other people eating. He more feels sorry for the fact that they have to eat.
Oh yeah,
all the time.
So much time in the day, and you spend so much of it having to snack.
Snack and sleep. You have to go to the bathroom,
right?
For you, it's sort of like your grandfather when he looks at you who is trying to build something on Twitch and is People spend time doing this? They make it a job? Cooks? Also, you know.
There is part of me that wonders if Fisher has been keeping track of, because of how often he's had to wait, been keeping track of like how much time people spend in the bathroom, and like, hey, did you know that you spend this amount of time every year?
It's just a fun fact. You're wasting your life.
You spend a fifth of your life eating and going to the bathroom. You should really find a way to get rid of that.
Have you considered optimizing your life?
He's trying to sell becoming a robot.
like for example, have you tried eating and shitting at the same time?
That's less than appetizing. Alright, so as you're all sitting around that table in the morning with your bowl of somewhere between soup and pottage and really hard bread that you probably
Wait, see, that's the
yeah
the life hack is that you put the bread into the porridge so that it creates more substance and it wets up the bread.
As you're all there waiting for your bread to become softer, what do you all do?
All right, so I thought against it, and I don't have to go to the store. I'll just Fisher, can I use your cloak? Your coat? The big jacket?
Yeah.
Or are you using it? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Sorry, did you say eat?
That's what I
I
understood.
said,
but
can I take the cloak? Oh, okay. So I'm going to
What are
take
you
the
gonna
cloak.
do with it?
I'm gonna wear
Eat it.
he's
I'm gonna
becoming a
eat it.
goat.
Got it.
I don't know. I've seen you like rip apart a ton of clothing at this point. So.
Oh no, I'm not gonna rip it up. I'm just gonna wear it. Unless it looks
Alright.
like a no, I'm just playing. I'm
I'll
gonna.
give you my cloak. How tall is Toby?
That's what I was gonna ask.
I think I'm my own height, so I think I'm like 5'8".
This cloak is huge.
Oh no, I'm 5'10", so it's a little bit, but it's
It's still
big.
huge.
Okay.
Slightly dragging on the floor.
That's fine. I turn it into one of those like plumber trench suits. What are they called? Overalls? Is
What?
that it? No, that's not overalls. It's like a one-piece whole like shirt, pants kind of thing for like people who work on motors and stuff.
Oh yes,
That was-
I know what you're talking about. I
Alright.
just don't know how it's called.
Jumpsuit, right? Not a
Oh,
jumpsuit.
that, maybe yeah.
I was thinking coveralls, but
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, those. I use my after we leave. Oh wait, but I'm gonna put on my common clothes. I'm gonna put on the clothes I'm wearing now, and then I am going to put on the jacket, and then that'll be it. Before we leave.
Yes, of course. All right, so Tobiashi is armoring itself for against the cold, so he doesn't have to attune to the ring. All right. What about the rest of you?
I'm not doing much. I'm just getting ready to go. I'm checking with Magnum to see if anything happened
yeah,
last
that's right.
night.
You left her outside. Had we rolled perception and stealth?
No.
Okay, roll perception and stealth for me, please.
Alright.
gets killed by the town guard. There's no rumors around town about this.
Big
Beast.
white cat roaming around.
No.
It's a new type of Griever. It's all white.
Alright. Well, the stealth was really bad.
Okay.
That was 10.
Ooh.
However, the perception was 22.
Okay. So, concentrating on Magna for a brief moment, also with the added weight of your worries. You have a brief moment where you're sort of scared that Magna might not respond, even though you know you can call her back. But you feel her. Only takes a moment, only takes a second. She has a little bit of information to convey. First, she thinks that the guard might be damaged because she was sure they saw her and they just kept staring in the same direction. So they might be damaged. She did encounter. No, she didn't encounter. She heard. She heard the Grievers in the wood. It's been circling the city. Not the city, the village where you are.
Okay.
Right now, it's not.
Okay.
It's not within a mile of the city, of the village, but it's been going near and moving away continuously. Feel like it's following a search pattern.
Okay.
Trying to follow the scent of potent
I
dragon.
guess I would let everybody know. And I'd be like, we might want to maybe fly out of the city. Use the fly if we want to. Because the Griever is around.
This place has a. Are we still at the like middle of the inn?
Yeah, well, you don't need to be in the middle. I think. Hold on.
I am hearing like a
Yes, me too.
squealing.
Every time the window around Sam's portrait lights up, I hear a hissing sound. So I think, Sam, you might have a bad connection, something that's not properly plugged in.
Hmm.
Like interference from a radio or something.
And it always it happens. It starts and it stops when your window is highlighted because it's picking sound. Maybe it's not even from your computer. If it's your microphone picking sound, maybe it's inside the room.
Yeah, like a beastie or something.
I don't suppose you have a fan going, do you?
I
Does not
don't.
sound like a fan.
It's
that's
probably my
like-
cat snoring.
No,
No, it's
no, it's
really
like-
a
no, it's
hissing
like
sound.
a high pitched.
Like a high pitched, like constant beep. Like if it wasn't
Yeah.
like beeping, but it's just like constantly going.
Is it still going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's much softer.
Okay, let's try replugging in my. Okay. I replugged in my headphones.
It's not as strong. Maybe it lowered by half the strength of the hissing sound.
Let's see. Odd. Alright, well, that's as good as I can get it for right now.
All right. All right. So what were you saying? You're gonna let everyone, and that's when we said we hear a sound.
Oh, I was just saying we might all want to fly out of the city if
fly out of the city.
Just because there's a bunch of people, but
Yeah, hissing sound. It's so distracting. When is George gonna get there? He said half an hour late.
It's
The
trolleys,
boats
man.
have been a nightmare recently, so I
Oh,
don't.
okay.
One of the boats crashed a while ago, so they're running on
Okay.
one of the backup ones, which is a lot smaller.
Oh. Oh, that makes sense. All right. So, well, we'll take care of this during the break, audience. Just
okay.
when you're not talking, I don't know, manually close the microphone. I don't know. Because right now it's good. We're not hearing anything right now. It's really just when you start talking. No, it's your voice. I'm teasing you. All right, so audience said that we might want to leave the village.
Okay. Yeah, as fast as we can.
Isn't there a train out of here?
No.
No.
Well,
No,
yes,
we are not near a train station yet.
there is a
Okay.
train station.
We want to wait for a train.
Do you want to put on our costumes now and come in by train, or do you want to keep going?
Well, okay, wait. How many people are around? Are we alone right now?
It's a small inn from a very small village, so right now it's probably just those traveling who are there. People living in there wouldn't be in an inn this early on, so it's probably practically empty, with the exception of maybe 2 or 3 people. You're probably the biggest group in there.
Yeah, that's not suspicious. Okay.
At all, no.
I mean, I don't know if we're doing it at this train right.
So, if you take the train station, you'll be stopping at another point before you arrive, and then you'll be arriving where you are. I put up the map on Twitch. Okay. So,
It'd be faster, yeah. We'd probably get some distance away from you know what, and
Yeah, we get a lot of distance on the Griever.
But do we want to wear the thing? What if we come up with an idea where we tell them that we're from the process? I guess we got sent here because of more. I wasn't gonna say more security, but something. That's all I got.
so it's 20 miles. If you take the train, you'll be there roughly in an hour. If you walk, you'll be there maybe at the end of the day. But it's
And
a train.
the maintenance yard is at the coastal.
Yeah, well, you can expect there will be
Yeah,
a
right.
maintenance pit there. A full-on maintenance yard? Probably not, but there is a place where all the trains undergo maintenance there.
Okay. So it wouldn't be at the next, or it would be at the next station, or would it be at the top
No,
station?
it would be at Norton Station.
Okay. Maybe we do just to have some kind of disguise past, so we're not all basically wearing the same stuff we were when we left.
Yeah.
Alright. Since...
You can't hear. Hello?
Hello.
Am I unmuted? Okay. I don't even know how I got unmuted or how I got muted. I am. So are we gonna be putting them on here, or are we gonna be putting them on at like mid train ride or at the next station? because all could have varying outcomes, and we'd have to figure out what to tell them to get on this train. Unless they just automatically accept us, Might need a story or something.
I mean, we could put them on, and then the story would be we're going to the northernmost. We got like deployed or something to go check it out.
We got redeployed. They took us
You know
out
what
of
I mean.
retirement, man.
We're turning
My country
into a
needed
war
me.
campaign. I don't mind this for the next campaign. If that's what you want to do. I've always wanted to do a campaign that feels like Ogre Battle or something like this. But right, we're gonna finish this campaign first.
You see, they originally assigned Fisher to firefighter, but as it turns out, wood is burnable.
And it's the beginning of beginning of winter. There's
less so than.
flesh.
I mean, it can be fuel, unlike flesh, but it is much more resilient than flesh is.
But, it's the beginning of winter. There are less forest fire in winter.
All right, I'm down to take this train
Ideally.
as we come up with their plan.
Yeah, they still happen, or they continue into winter.
Yes, they
Or they just never
continue
stop.
into winter.
Yeah.
Okay, and then who we're gonna have? Who we're gonna have talk for? I'm guessing audience is gonna talk to us, right?
Well,
But is he
depends.
gonna be wearing who's gonna be wearing the heist?
I don't think you've ever decided who's going to be wearing what. Tobiyashi said he wants to be a grease monkey, but
Yeah.
So you have 3 costume for maintenance people, 1 costume for whomever is going to be the leader of this group, and 1 costume for someone who is an evaluator. Basically, the one making sure that if you don't do your job, you get fired. Each and every one of you. So, who's going to be wearing what?
Alright, run through the costumes again. We got
3
Evaluator,
costume are
leader,
for plain worker. 1 costume is meant to be the leader of this group of 3 worker, and 1 costume is an evaluator.
Alright, I don't look like an evaluator, but I can be the leader of the 3 workers if we want me to talk.
I mean, just above table, I think really the only one who could possibly be only ones that could possibly be the evaluator are Fisher and Raimi for different reasons.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think it makes sense for me to be the evaluator, because from what it sounds like, the evaluator doesn't really need to be doing
We're
the
gonna,
talking.
They're gonna try to stay away from him. They're gonna try to.
Yeah.
But does Remy look like a worker?
Yeah.
Like, you look more like a worker than Remy. No offense, Remy. Like a
I mean,
train.
I could.
It's the head.
Yeah, I could like pretend to be not sentient, and
I mean,
be just like a worker, but I'm not very good at pretending to be not sentient.
yeah, he's learning this thing from Terranad. It's like he was a really smart. No, I'm just playing.
I'm like above table. The only reason why I'm thinking Raimi is because like who would be the perfect tattletale than a Kenku that literally remembers everything that you say and do.
And perfectly snitch on anybody.
No, but probably if Tobiyashi actually does suggest that Terranad take over Fisher's body and act as supervisor, Terranad is not going to argue with this.
Yeah.
Terranad
I don't think Terranad would
supervisor?
actually be good at it, though.
Maybe.
What do you mean I wouldn't be good at it?
You would have.
I have
you
more
would try and have
authority
way
than
too
any of
much
you.
fun with it.
I'm the only one who's got smarts in this group.
Sure thing, bud.
Well, all right, so it's official.
Fisher relinquishes control. Yay!
That's not what I meant by
Oh.
sure thing, bud. Sometimes I forget that you guys can't hear him, but
Kind of wanted to meet him. Anyways, yeah, I'm fine with whatever you guys pick. I want to see a problem.
Alright. So long as you know
we
who's
gonna-
playing what role, by the time you get to the train station, I'm good with this.
mhm.
Are we going to
I guess the one problem with audience being the
boss?
lead there is, what are you gonna look like? Are we just
Well-
gonna forget everything and just have you go as a dragonborn?
Yeah, it's gonna be the
Or
Dragonborn.
You gonna have a weird hood on the whole time? Or
Yeah, he has one of those
just
cloaks.
have always be wearing a like a welder's mask?
That's a good point.
Well, Terranat does add to you, does that to you, Fisher. Well, if you want to bring that up, it would give a decent excuse for Remy to always be in audience's face, because he would always be refreshing the illusion. But it could pass as him chewing him out.
It's about a fade. Turn around.
Yeah.
I let everybody know Terranet's idea. With that,
Come on.
I'm not that subtle with my spellcasting, but Raimi, if you think you could be,
Part of me just wants Raimi to slowly pull a bag out and just and it turns out it's Fisher's wallet.
yeah, okay, I get the point. Give me that back.
All right.
Was asking for clarification. I wasn't challenging your ability.
How'd you even do that? You're on the other side of the table. Did you move?
Now I'm gonna do an insight check, see if it feels light, and I got a 2.
Feels okay.
Okay.
Color's weird. Maybe it's Tobiyashi.
It makes our wallet up. Yeah.
Actually, that's the big joke. It looks like Fisher's wallet, but it's actually Tobayashi's wallet.
I just put it where my wallet would be.
No, you put back your coin purse, which you thought was inside of your backpack, but it's.
No.
All right. So. Everything is settled?
Yes.
Wait, it sounds like there's an airplane.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. It sounds like there's an airplane.
It's like a fan. There has to be a fan blowing.
Might just be my computer.
So, anything else to add to this plan? Any addendum changes?
I don't think so. Not great. That's what we got.
So we have 3 disguises.
You have 5.
Have
3
enough-
worker.
We have 5.
Hold on.
You have 5 disguises. 3 worker, 1 leader for the worker, so a sort of a chief engineer, and 1 evaluator. So Tobiyashi volunteered to be a worker. Apparently, you were volunteered to be a worker.
I'm okay with that.
And I think Fisher is also a worker.
Hey, get your asses in gear. What are you looking at?
Well, yep.
What are you looking at?
Makes it easy.
So you're not being in disguise.
Time
as
is
an
money, and
arbalist?
you're wasting both.
Why are you adopting the voice from a goblin in World of Warcraft? I don't mind. It's weird. Alright.
If you just wanted a sampling of the things that Raimi would be saying during this evaluation process.
It's okay.
Mhm.
I just kept waiting to hear time is money, friend.
Mhm.
Yeah. Alright.
That's the only one I remember.
Well, I'm ready to go when you are. We gotta still figure out what time this train is coming.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's always a train rather early on. It's probably right after the first prayer, where everyone goes to the temple, they pray to whatever god they want to pray and want protection from or favors from, and then a whole lot of people come back disappointed, and two or three of them come back with a smile on their face. And
Shoot, I just changed too. Now I gotta change into. Okay.
Just like, guys, I guess I just got dressed.
Now you're telling me to change again. I can't believe it.
Or just a bit of comedy, just like, like 3 people like come in with the same outfit. Okay, so 2 of us have to change. And it's not going to be me. So.
Oh.
alright. So, that's the plan. Go to the train station, dressed for the part, and try to get to the Norton station as quickly as possible.
Yep.
You're back.
Yep.
You can be there in 2 hours. If this works. So, you all go back to your room. You all change. Put on the different clothes that you have. It's not a bad idea that the clothes look like a... Is that's what he said? A jumpsuit? One that has completely covered and has a long sleeve and... Is it me or is chat really, really quiet tonight? Valenvy's not there, I think.
No.
Because nothing is appearing on my side, anyway. So is that it? It's a jumpsuit that has also the sleeves and everything? Alright. So I think an overall doesn't have sleeves. But a jumpsuit does, I think.
Like an overall covers the legs and most of the chest, and like has like this part here that with the straps, but then everything else is open. Coveralls cover the entirety of the body. Jumpsuit, I mean, like technically it covers just as much the body as a coverall, but generally a jumpsuit's for different purposes, usually
Okay.
for like exercise.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's...
Yeah, it's a coverall.
Okay. Yeah, no, it makes sense that you'd have coveralls. protects the entire body, protects from spills and things like this, and you can just change it all in a single go. And you can just put it over your clothes. You don't have to get naked for this. Well, you know, I think Remy would appreciate it, but anyway. All change in the same room.
It's like, look, we're all dudes here.
You see Remy
Guys.
smiling at this.
Wait, we can't get changed in front of women? I used to do that all the time. No.
The part that he leaves out is that they're constantly telling him to stop.
I wonder why I got sent away from the temple again.
It was
Yeah.
okay when you were 4, not when you're 14. Alright, so you all go out. Remy starts maintaining an illusion on audience's face. While making it look like he's burrowing him for some reason whenever the illusion needs to be refreshed.
Actually, I think like the best way to do for Raimi to do it, like for most of the time, is that it looks like he's constantly writing in a book, and just like waving his hand, just like every so often. That just so happens to be the component he needs for the minor illusion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, you all go outside. People are starting to walk. Everyone's there. You took your time eating while everyone was praying. When everyone starts going back their home and the trading moment of the day starts, because in villages it's it's early morning trading. So there's starting to be a lot of people around, walking around, improvised shop opening, people trading whatever they have to trade. Food is getting more scarce, but everyone always needs a new basket or a new piece of clothing that might have ripped off or something like this. Fish is always an option, even in winter. And it keeps better. You know, you can just put it on display in front of you and it stays fresh longer. Plus, there's always a few things that are always fresh. Eggs. That's always fresh. You know, it's always been laid in the morning. So everyone's starting to put up their shop and trading starts to happen, selling, buying. You have a better moment to go out and not be seen by the lone Mill-E walking through all of this, paying a lot of attention to the commerce. Probably more you, Remy, than the others. You'd seen this attitude before, when this behavior before, when small villages have to regulate commerce by themselves. It's going to be someone in charge of security, a militia person, trying to act as a commerce guild representative, make sure that everything is being sold at the right price, so that everyone's fair. Probably your biggest surprise.
Tell me?
Sorry?
Oh, nothing.
Okay. Probably your biggest surprise is seeing that everything seems to be sold at a fair price. You know, usually you see people living in oppression like this, especially under a powerful sorcerer or wizard. Takes a lot of money to create things. You'd expect some sort of oppression, an additional tax, but no. Price seems fair and normal. telling you that either the wizard has found a way to be completely self-sufficient in whatever he needs, or he's not using money to trade, so he doesn't care about this.
Or the third option, all the people need to be well fed and taken care of for the ritual sacrifice.
At the end of the year.
Mhm.
Yep.
I mean, how much trade outside of the Isles can he really do?
He can't.
Yeah.
Period.
So, what kind of money does he need?
So, you're seeing all of this. So, you're all trying to play the part well. So, everyone makes a deception roll. And since Remy is orchestrating everything, Remy, if you manage to make a good roll, it will even make it easier for the others.
Oh, great. So my roll sets everybody's DC. I see how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We set it
That's
low.
nice. I need to roll high so we get a low one.
I mean, people, please still roll high because I can't save like a 2.
So, how?
All right.
What's the sum of your roll?
Sorry, I just needed to double check my I honestly, I don't get to use my deception roll often, so I have to double check it.
Okay.
But I rolled high on the die, so that makes it a 22.
Okay.
All right, let's see what I got.
All right. So,
I got a 10.
okay.
I got a 16 flat because I have a +0.
Okay. Audience.
I got a deception.
Well, the sound that we're hearing is less annoying because it's no longer a hissing. Now it's a.
It was just
Oh,
a
no.
base deception. That's 11.
Yeah.
11. All right, Fisher.
I'm wondering if I should use my lucky coin.
Well, what'd you roll first?
I got a 12.
That's better than I
Right.
did. So, if it only takes one bad egg to rot the barrel.
Well, no,
Yes.
but
I mean,
it
no
only
one
takes
really-
one bad
Have
egg
group
to smell
checks.
bad. So.
Yeah, no, I'm just.
I don't know, there's not a great chance we'll get much better, and we might need it later. So I'm gonna stick with the 12, I guess.
Yeah.
You're there and you're trying to play the part, and you're not very convinced, and you're thinking about using the coin, and suddenly you see who rolled a 10? Audience?
Audience, or no,
No.
Toby,
I
actually?
did Jorg.
The 10, it's
Jorg
Jorg?
did.
Jorg,
Yeah.
yeah.
Jorg rolled the 10, and you're there, and you suddenly look at Jorg, who's just fumbling around and looking at some things
yes.
bewildered.
I
Yeah.
work here.
And suddenly you don't feel all that bad with your attempt.
Of course, it's
You know what?
the
You know what? Like on Raimi's side of things, like sees Jorg messing up very quickly, just like reaches into Fisher's bag, pulls out the whip, and just like cracks it on Jorg.
And he's gone.
That's not a bad idea.
Well, the problem is that you'd reappear where you disappeared.
Oh.
it doesn't automatically
No, I
cast
know,
it.
I know.
But just like get a move on, or I'm docking your pay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
It's act like you don't want to be here. It's easy.
So you move.
Jorg, you don't even need to roll insight to know. It's like, huh. So part of that didn't seem like an act.
Oh, he's using the whip. Damn, he seems to be enjoying this really, really hard. But you know, it's a Kenku. Maybe he's not actually enjoying this. Maybe it's the only image he has is of someone enjoying this. So he doesn't have a choice.
Mhm.
when he cracks the whip, he always has to look like he's enjoying it. It makes you think about everything Remy does so far. You know, maybe he's never actually been happy. Maybe it's always just things that he saw that he's just doing. As you're pondering the secret of the universe with this thought in your mind, you all move through town as you're trying to play the part. And there are a few moments where suddenly you get scared of what might happen, and Remy plays a part frighteningly well in some situation.
Suddenly, a lot of people want to keep their distance.
You see this path forming in front of you of people moving out of the way as Remy moves. You see looks of pity looking at your group being
Working for the man, I'm sorry.
pushed toward the station, the train station by Remy. And you have no idea just how lucky you've just been, because in my mind I had set the DC at 14. And then Remy rolled high and said, so I said, all right, I'm going to set it at 10.
Oh, boy.
And then Jork says, I rolled
Good job,
10.
We snuck by.
Yikes.
Good job.
Remy saved you. All right, so you get to the train station, and even the person there asking for money, the moment he sees Remy and how he's acting and pushing you, he looks at all of you and he leans forward to audience because he's wearing the outfit of the leader of the group. I think you have a bad day already. Please go. Come on. For this time, I'm gonna waive the fee. I'm so sorry for
Wow.
What a man.
We're just gonna be tearing up, and that's not a deception.
They just put in your pocket a prepackaged cookie.
Oh.
Not easy making a living out here. No.
you. He slides a fruitcake in your pouch. You know, you're not sure, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
No snacks on shift.
As you're being pushed inside. Immediately, someone shows you to not the last cart, but the next to last cart of the train, and there's a not exactly comfy place for all of you to sit, but you get the feeling that that's where maintenance crew go. And so you're there sitting on crates which have been repurposed into sort of comfortable seating. You know, there's a blanket that's been thrown on top of it. A chair is being brought for Remy.
Would you like some mimosas for the ride?
You see the train conductor arriving, and well, we hope you'll be comfortable. If you need anything while we're traveling, please don't hesitate. It's only going to be an hour until we reach the next point. If you want to go all the way to the Norton Station, it's going to be just under 2 hours. So we don't actually have a kitchen cart for this, but we can. Don't worry. And he looks at you, but don't worry. We do have things that you can have, which actually aren't that bad. You know, there's always a few people bringing in a few gifts for the conductor, and
You're digging
the
it kind of deep there,
arbalist.
buddy.
So yeah, no, it's don't worry about this. If you need anything, we'll bring it to you. As soon as we can. There's even going to be my son, who's going to be stationed just outside the door. So if you need anything, just ask. He looks at the rest of you as he's leaving, and you just see him. You know. And he leaves the room.
Randy has never felt so much power.
That's the deepest hole I've ever heard anybody dig for themselves.
Jorg opens his mouth to reply, but thinks better of it.
Just outside the door, the son can hear the cracking of the whip.
He doesn't know if it's his memory or if it's the real thing, but he doesn't want to find out.
PTSD. The last time one of them came.
Right now, you're alone in this compartment, which went rather well, thanks to Remy.
That went well.
Thank goodness for
Better
high
than I
roll.
expected.
Even I was expecting all of you to have to work harder for this, but hey, it's a high roll, All right, so you find yourself inside of this cart, and after a few moments, you feel the train starting to move. So, if you want to stop at the next point, it's going to be 1 hour. If you want to go all the way there, like an express, it's going to be just under 2 hours.
Might as well go all the way.
Yeah, might as well. Reminds me of this old book that I used to read called Ocean's 11. Oh, no. Oceanic, something like that.
As the train starts to move, and at least one of you has the reflex to look outside, because everyone likes to look outside when the train starts moving.
You get whipped. No.
Well, first of all, you see Magna looking at all of you leaving.
There she goes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, but if we leave her there, they'll think we didn't leave. If they see her.
Well, she'll despawn in a bit.
Yeah. But if she gets noticed, she'll be a good decoy.
Yeah.
You can hear inside of your head saying, "My feet hurts."
I mean, you can leave, Magna. I'll desummon her.
The last thing you see is her turning into mist as she has this sad look, this sad, defeated look as the train pulls out.
They never take me with them. Never.
For a moment, you can't help but think, hey, maybe that horse that we kept having always felt like this whenever we left him there.
We'll be back in 3 years.
We'll only really talked to him at any time like Jorg decided to, which really only been like a handful of times anyway.
Oh, I think Jorg talked to the horse only once. It was our other druid who talked to the horse several times. Last time she talked to him, she promised him she'd give him a name, and then we never saw her again. Damn, you really have problems with animals that help you move. Alright, so...
You see, that's why Raimi likes his phantom steeds. 0 commitment.
Alright, so... You see Magna despawning, and train starts picking up speed. Maybe 5 or 6 minutes in, you see from the window the Griever there, watching you leave.
I'll thumb my nose at it.
I'll flip it off.
The last thing.
I'll be like, yeah, you want this? You want to eat me? You can't have it.
Hmm.
The
Can't
last.
have it.
Suddenly the train stops.
Shit.
Emergency
We just see
brake.
it for the whole time we're riding the train. It's running alongside it.
Well, the last thing you
Wow.
see as you look out is the Griever standing up and just start walking in the same direction you're going. But he suddenly
Well,
gets
it's a
lot
smaller and
slower.
smaller and smaller.
Yeah, it's a whole lot slower.
He's like, well, this is gonna be a long one.
You're going about 25 miles an hour, and he's going about 45 feet per turn. So yeah, there's a small.
All right, kids, are you ready to do some math?
Oh no, that's right. They like to do this the slow way. Makes people squirm more.
I think we'll be
So
off
the
the
train's
island
moving
by
north
the
at
time.
25 miles per hour, and a Griever is moving at 45 feet per second.
Per 6 seconds.
Right. For 6 seconds.
Got to make it harder, you
At what distance will there be between the train and the Griever after 3 hours?
know. So, anything you want to do while you're waiting in there?
Should we discuss a plan for how we're gonna deceive? I mean, I guess we're just in our outfits.
I mean, that worked. I didn't see any problem with it.
Well, you deceived the train. If you
Mhm.
don't get off and no one forces you to get off at the next station, you won't need to make another deception
Yeah, we'll be
roll.
fine.
But when you get to the last point of this ride, when you get at the Norton station, you're going to have to convince another group of people as you get out and try to have access to the maintenance
train
kit.
yard.
Yeah, that's the hard part. The second phase boss.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just. I guess I should more say, what's our plan B if they see through our disguises?
Hijack it, I guess.
Yeah.
Or do we just grab the cart and take off? Because we can also grab the cart.
Well, I don't think even that's gonna be, because if I remember correctly, there was like a launch platform onto the tracks that will need to be like positioned correctly to actually have something go to the next island. So we're gonna have to get something onto that and then point it in the right direction and then go. I mean, I guess we could try and do that while shit's happening and just, well, I don't know how involved that's going to be and how long that would take. But I guess if we do get made, then there's not really anything else we can do.
Yeah, well, I don't think there are going to be tons of guards. I don't think it's going to be like crazy. I just think it's going to be the like.
What if they blocked off the whole island and now we can't get off?
Oh, I don't
sounds are
think-
getting
Oh,
louder.
fast that guy was. What if you just teleport?
That
I mean,
sounds
we
like
left-
a distant plane. I'm not.
We left the city in, I guess, if they could remotely talk to the Griever, that's different. But
Well, the Griever won't be up to us by the time we get
Yeah.
there. The Griever's going to be. We should have left the island by the time the Griever reaches us.
mhm.
Yeah.
But I mean, if stuff was dispatched pretty recently after we left the city on the trains, it would have beat us to where we're going.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna kind of have to roll the dice on that one.
Fair enough.
We still don't know if they have orbs of their own, you know? Like,
I don't
what
think they have
if-
orbs. We know they have defense communication. I mean, we know they have like defense
Yeah.
systems in place.
But I guess
How quickly
what's
is
our,
it going to
what's
take
our,
for you to start a train if we actually do convince them and get a train?
You know how to
DM?
start a train?
Do I have any semblance of
Well, starting it
from what I've?
from completely cold.
Yeah.
We did all that research on trains
Yeah.
in the libraries.
Well, but
Starting it from completely cold.
I was there.
I'd Fisher.
Yeah, he was pulling books off the
the
shelves and holding them.
Starting from completely cold, the engine would need to be accumulating strength for 10 minutes before it is ready to start moving. And you've all seen the train starting right now. It's slow moving at first and then it picks up speed. So there would easily be another few minutes during this startup where someone fast enough would be able to get on the train.
So that'd be a lot of rounds of combat, is what I'm
Yeah.
hearing. If we were trying to.
That's for a full train. Would it be faster for like a maintenance cart?
Just the maintenance cart? Well, yeah, the engine itself is much smaller. It will only be a few minutes to actually get it to move. The big problem being it's far less armored and resilient to anything you could throw at it. If someone sees you, an engine could probably take several shots of a very direct and damaging projectile. A maintenance cart, without the assistance of the engine section itself providing protection, well, you've seen modified fishing barge pulverize a protected cart, so much less resistant, but faster to start.
Mention that.
So for the big train, let's say it's probably for the locomotive itself to start, you'd look at a 15 minutes of vulnerability, while a maintenance cart, probably just 5 minutes of vulnerability.
Does that change if, say, we take just like the engine of a train and not the rest of the train?
Just the locomotive? Well, that's...
Yeah.
It would change the speed at which you can make it go from 0 to 40 miles an hour.
But it'd still take a while to warm up to begin with. Okay.
The steam boiler, the mist boiler, would still take 10 minutes to fully warm up.
Okay. So I think our best bet is to somehow finagle the ability to have them let us take an engine to Mid-South.
Okay.
So we need a pretty solid explanation for why we want to do that.
Doesn't Jorg have heat metal?
What does that do?
It heats metal.
I could I could preheat the engine.
He'll just warm
Well, aren't there trains that are
it's
on
not
Mid-South that need to, that like could be recovered?
Yes. You believe, you don't have confirmation, but you believe that there must be trains which were left there. Not in the stations leading outside, more like either in their capital or the station the farthest away, because people wouldn't necessarily have had time to leave those places. The undead would have taken over the center of the island first. So,
Remy, how good are you at forging documents? Like official documents.
Did we go over Remy forging the documents for this plan? I feel like we did that and we came up with something, but I don't.
But you don't remember.
It was
Like during the research, just above table, since I do remember us going over this. Like you were able to find like rudimentary looking like forms. Like they might not necessarily like be as specific as we would have liked, but potentially could be serviceable in a pinch.
It wouldn't
I
stand
thought
up. To
I remembered
Yeah.
that we're like we'd be able to get the right form or forms that looked right, but we had no way of getting an actual like
Yeah.
official seal.
This is where I was getting at. You'd be able to use them, but it wouldn't stand up to scrutiny by anyone who actually knows who should be signing this, because they'd realize it's not the right name.
What if we just pulled out documents, refused to hand them to him, and said that orange guy did it? Because he probably has a weight of fear around him, right? Like, we could probably be like, you don't want to stop his plans. And he's high up, right?
Well, he's certainly been playing a role well so far.
Make them think that there's a good reason to send a train ahead, like on a scouting mission.
Well, I think our shot would be that we want to take just an engine.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that
we can...
we can go find and bring back.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's extra
can.
engines.
Yeah.
So if we could convince them that they have to send an engine ahead to check something out without the whole train.
Yes, we just asked for the engine as like a scouting mission.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. Also,
We can
I
convince
mean,
them
the
that the
engine.
bandits
If we don't take any additional compartments, the engine can bring back more compartments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it.
So what do we really just need? Well, so then could we just have like base documents on standby that we can use in a pinch to be like, here are documents, and we'll just ignore the fact that we don't have a seal?
I mean, well, that's if they'll work for like probably anybody in the yard, but if I could easily see us trying to hand those to somebody in the yard and being like, oh, we got to check these with the boss because what you're asking for is kind of weird. And then the boss is like, where's the seal?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm saying, should we at least just have documents to have on standby?
Yes.
And then not try and not use
We
documents.
should have at least have something. We could also possibly, if there is the kind of signage or that we're looking for could easily be in like an overseer's office. And so if we get off the train, don't go straight to the maintenance yard, but just kind of hang out in town for a little bit. And Raimi and possibly somebody else
sneak into the
can
overseers.
sneak in and try and, because Raimi, correct me if I'm wrong, as long as you just need like a glance at the kind of signature you need and you can copy it for us, right? So
like Raimi will give like the so-so motion, but nods.
So if you could like get into the office and then see that, and then we could have it, and then when we go in like with our papers, they would look more official.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think that I like that plan.
I think, yeah, the only, I guess, risk with it would be if it doesn't go great and they get more suspicious, it'd make it that much harder.
It would make it harder, but I'd rather have it go. I feel like, especially if it's just Remy and the rest, like, I mean, Remy's pretty stealthy, so.
Mm-hmm.
He is. I don't know. I'd rather give him at least some backup just in case.
Well,
Randy,
yeah, no,
do you
no,
want
I mean, we
backup,
can do that.
or are we all too loud and would just slow you down?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you should ask Kobayashi, who recently had a revelation about his class.
Oh yeah.
It's fun talking about this on Discord, but when you have to actually do it, it's not as fun.
Well, I mean, I
Hey,
didn't know how it worked to
Valerie!
begin with.
She just resub.
Yeah.
Thanks. Sorry, I
Having finished
interrupted you.
playing Legends.
For some
Toby's
reason,
probably the
everybody's camera turns
quietest.
to Toby.
What? Can you not hear me?
person.
Yes, now I can.
Okay, sorry. I gotta get closer to my mic for some reason. It's Skype, man. It's only Skype. Anyways, so what were you asking me about?
If you can help Remy.
How,
Oh, yeah, I can
how
help.
sneaky are you? You're
Oh,
not
I'm-
wearing any armor, so
I'm very sneaky. Well, I'm okay sneaky. Probably not as good as Remy, but I have a +6 to
good
stealth.
enough to not
Yeah.
hold him back and provide backup if need be.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like Randy would want to incite that.
You can roll. You can roll if you want.
I've just
But-
never had to make the
It's more
stealth
just to
roll.
see like
Okay.
how confident like that state like Tobiyashi actually is in the statement that he's making.
Oh. Okay. What do you roll?
The 22.
Oh yeah, no, he's confident.
For a person
thinks
who's
he
never
can.
actually done it.
How much of that confidence is misplaced?
Well, this is what you get. He's honest. He thinks he can do what he says.
I've just never had to because you've always done it for us.
It's just untested. It's the same thing as
Yeah, it's
saying
just
I was really good
I think I've
in
done
training.
it once or twice before. Yeah.
I was the best at in my class in the monastery.
Monastery, yeah.
That's the vibe that comes off with your role.
Yeah.
You suddenly hear a very familiar uh-huh.
I mean, if you don't need the backup, I could just stay with everybody else. Maybe actually get some clothes or something. But up to you. I think I could do it.
He's confident with his training.
Never had to use it before. You're right.
It's like an alien. How many missions have you been on? 46 in simulator.
Hey, okay, this is what you can tell me. I've never failed at stealthing. So, all the times I've been with you guys.
All right, so
That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Raimi Minor Illusions, the first time that they ever met Toby. Well,
That's
that
what's
Raimi ever met Toby.
If I remember correctly, that was after a very long, extended
getting
period
tortured.
of not getting captured. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say that's still pretty good.
I survived the island. I had to run away a lot. I watched
Yeah,
a lot
like
of
how long did it take them to capture you?
Well, they never caught me in like the sense they were sending out the new people to come hunt us, but they had like a group come and get me for a higher power. So,
In short, no hunter caught you, but when they needed people to sacrifice, they went to the barrack where you slipped and
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. See, it was kind of like they had birds that they already had in cages. They would just like let them go and try to shoot as many as they can.
Sounds
But
but you never got shot.
But
Yeah.
I never got shot. Well, I might have gotten hurt sometimes, but I've never gotten killed.
Alright,
I always went
that's-
back to the barracks.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So, up to Remy. If you think some cramp in his style, I think he could do it good on his own. But if you think he needs backup, I'm down for
I
it.
mean, we can provide backup from also like outside the office. Like we can be the guys who like shadily stand against the walls in case things go south.
Well,
Yeah.
I'd rather not show up at all until we have the proper paperwork. Because, like,
Oh.
if they see us show up
Mm-hmm.
and we just kind of hang out by the office and then leave,
Well, we
And then
wouldn't
come
show up
back
in our
later.
costumes. What if we didn't show up in our costumes? What if we should
I
just
mean-
showed
Well, I
up
don't think all of us need to do that, though. You
as
know?
adventurers?
Well, as adventurers.
adventurers are more suspicious.
I
Why
think we're
would
already
adventurers be?
suspicious.
So a station is the same size as a town. So it's a little bit bigger, a little bit more people living in there. You can expect the office where this is going to be inside of a larger structure. Not an office building, but
Well, I mean, if they didn't stop you now, look at you. It's not like you're the most unconspicuous person in the world. They didn't stop us when Remy got us on this train, so I don't think the news has gotten here yet. Hopefully, but maybe they send it out. Maybe they send it all the way out and then back in first. So
I mean, this is a pretty backwater town too. Like, it might not have gotten out here. The place we're leaving from is a bigger town.
I know, but it's closer to this one. Unless, they send them to the bigger towns first. I guess it could be a
Well, we
thing.
probably would. Technically, the place to leave the island is probably one of the second biggest towns besides the
Process.
capital. Yeah. This is just some backwater boonies. Or there was. We're not there anymore. We just left a backwater boonie.
all right.
All right, so now for the important stuff. Hey Remy, could you go ask that guy for some snacks?
Yo. Snacks? Alright, so we go with Remy's going by himself. And we're just gonna hope that it goes well. Let's
Yeah.
finalize.
Yeah, that's what we're going with. That's what I thought we were going with.
All right.
Raimi is going to on a separate page from the book that he's just been like writing like nonsense in, draws a circle. Then he draws like a small dot in that circle, then another dot in the middle of that circle, and then 3 dots on the complete other side of that circle.
Do you want us on standby, but like not within a certain radius?
Wants me to go to? I start
No,
crying.
there's only one dot in the center, Toby.
Oh. It's tragic. All right. I mean, how far away does he want us?
Well, I don't know how big the circle is.
Can we get the diameter of the? No.
How many building lengths away do you want us, Remy?
Like, is that
Gods, I can hear you fucking from here.
Ah, you want us within earshot.
Okay,
within
sounds good.
fucking shot?
Well, to be fair, it depends on how loud the people are fucking. I was more just going with earshot.
Okay, since we're divulging on this tangent right now, maybe it's a good time to go to the break. Good moment to go to the break. I think we all need to empty your bladder. Some of us need to empty something else. I don't want to know more. So, all right. So, Here, we're gonna have extra loud toads and ducks for Valen
Ooh,
See-
extra loud.
See you back in 15 minutes.
See you guys.
Yeah. Peace.
Hello and welcome back. It's a pleasure to have you with us. If it wasn't before, now it is. Sorry, I'm just rambling on. So-
Ramble, ramble, ramble.
Ah!
All right.
Nothing to report.
Where did I hear that? All right. So, big question is, did you go out and ask for snacks?
That was the important question.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't
Yeah,
want to
that was
get
the,
to the
the only
end.
questions that needed to be answered. Or
No, I know the actual question is, how far away do you want the rest of the group to be from you? And then you said enough so someone can hear you loudly express yourself.
loudly express yourself.
How much of a how much pleasure are you experiencing right now when people are hearing you? Is it an overwhelming sense of wellness, or just a slight sense of wellness? Swelling.
And more importantly,
inside
how
of you.
strong is the guilt afterward?
All right. So, I believe the last question was, how far away? Enough to hear you scream. That's the basic answer. Any more questions? That's when you're all supposed to speak, at least one of you.
I'm waiting for Remy's answer.
I'm not the one who should be asking that question.
I thought he already asked. Audience asked before the thing ended.
Oh, no, that's right. The answer was close enough to hear you scream. I'm asking, are there any other questions?
Any other questions? Any additional follow-up questions?
No, I don't think so.
So we're gonna wait outside the building
Somewhere close.
or
As long as it's clear.
inside the inner building. We don't want to be noticed.
Well, if I remember
Well,
the
we
drawing
don't-
correctly, is one was in the center, was what inside of the circle, and the audience you're muted, and one was outside of. Three were outside of the circle. Wasn't that the drawing?
Oh, sorry. The like. Should I still have a? Might work.
He's getting the sacrifice ready.
Yeah. It's gonna be a whole lot of blood. It's a good thing he has the image in the background. We're not gonna see the splash of blood.
Yeah.
Mm.
As you're all thinking of this while you're inside of the train and you feel it sway.
Okay. All
Sounds
right.
like it's gonna let me.
Well, we saw.
kinda-
we
okay,
saw
there it
something.
is.
Oh, good. Hey, I can see myself.
Ah.
Okay.
All right.
Want us to be close.
Then
enough
Randy
that
would
we're
point to
inside.
himself and would point to the dot on like one edge of the circle.
The bottom left one.
Yeah. All right, then who's the middle one? Or is that for us to decide?
I think that's you, Toby, because
Oh, that's
you're
me.
Yeah.
also the sneakiest,
All right.
or
Okay,
the next
sounds good.
sneakiest.
And then we'll all just hang out.
I know I'd make use of this dry erase board somehow.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well, no, it's okay. It's exactly what you drew. So, good prop.
We could light a fire in the building somewhere far away to make everyone evacuate.
I can't say anything. Fisher, you hear from inside of you. Things aren't going any better for your friend.
We use the bomb.
Orc, no.
Use the bomb. Ooh. All right, I'm down for that plan.
Mm-hmm.
Sneaky, get the signature for Remy to draw, and then we falsify our own paperwork. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Now about the snap. No, I'm kidding.
Once again, from outside the room, like he hears the whipping sound.
Aw. Ah. Oh.
Not again.
No, please, Mommy, Daddy. What the heck are you doing inside? Alright, so. Now that this is settled. Remy,
So we need some sort of... Oh, sorry.
do you start creating the forged document right now and train that's slowly swaying? Or are you waiting until you have everything you need on a stable table, probably at night, to start creating all of these documents?
I feel like if we're going to be creating any kind of documents with any amount of scrutiny, it would look weird if it looked like they had been written or made on
All right.
while riding on a train.
All right. Well, I'm asking because, well, I've had weird groups in the past. All right. So, for the next 2 hours, you do not ask for any snacks. You do not ask for anything to drink. You just watch the time pass. From time to time, the person outside here... Sorry.
Too afraid to open the door.
I don't want to know. They say I'm still innocent. I want to stay that way for as long as I can. After an hour, the train starts slowing down. You get the feeling you're arriving at the point in between the two. You feel slowly but surely a small elevation. It's the train going over the wall. And then you feel a little turn as it's can't just arrive in a straight line, otherwise it's a really sharp turn. Turning around.
I mean, that's part of the fun of a roller coaster.
Well, yeah. The problem is that I'm not sure. Anyway. Slowly it comes to a stop. Someone, after a few minutes, that arrives. You hear, "Hello? Can we come in?"
If you must.
You're muted, audience.
I just said, "Can you?" Put a question mark.
What is he gonna do? Oh man, he doesn't feel very brave. Okay, well, you see the door opening really gently. Is it okay? Everyone's good?
I mean, that's up to you.
Everyone has their clothes on?
That's up to you.
Oh.
Please help me.
Actually, Ravi has to keep up the act, like a whips an audience.
Sorry, pardon. Just working yard jokes. Come on in.
Oh, okay. You see a halfling entering. He has a plate in his hand. We're going to be a few minutes to just let the passenger come off the train, and then new ones come in, and it's going to jostle just a little bit because we're going to be adding a cart in the middle of the train. So don't worry, we're not going to leave you here. No one's going to forget about you. You're someone outside. No one's going to forget about them.
All right. What's on the plate?
Just something that I thought you might enjoy. You look a little weary, especially you there, and point to audience and Tobiyashi. You look a little weary. It's well, it's something that my wife makes. Just a little something to pick you up after the end of the day. Here you go, and he gives you what looks like maybe 5-inch long spongy brick of something. It's a dark brown color. It feels like some sort of cake that's been soaked into some sort of liquid. You smell it. It smells a little. There's a little honey smell that comes off of it.
Is it good?
Well,
I'll eat it.
I like it. Well, he hands you the plate, and there's
All
enough
right,
for.
I have to make a roll for this. To see if I like it. Okay. It's a D20. Yeah, it's not great. It's not my favorite.
What did you roll?
7.
7. It's below average. Okay.
Well, I hope your wife's pretty.
I just look over at audience like,
I'm supposed to be a crass, worker man, a blue collar.
Like the whip slowly starts racing.
just the workers in the background. Ooh.
Well, you can always taste the this treat and see if audience taste is good or not. Especially Jorg.
All right, I'll try it. I'll try it.
What do we roll for that? Just a 20?
Yeah, just a D20. It's to see how you enjoyed it.
All right, I got a 14.
I also got a 7.
All right, so Jorg, you mostly agree with audience. It's the honey taste. It's too powerful. It feels like you're just biting into crystallized honey. But for you, Tobiyashi, it's not that bad. You feel a few spices mixing in there, and no. You've tasted things slightly similar in the monastery.
What does it look like again?
It's sort of a halfway between a cake and a bread. It has a brick shape, maybe 5-inch long. Dark color. You feel when you look at it, you feel and you see that it's been soaked into some sort of liquid, probably something that is honey based, judging from the strong taste of honey coming off of it.
Not too
Better
bad.
than I can make.
You're not a very good cook, are you, Jorg?
No.
I just go to the 76 at the end of the corner. They usually have good food.
So he leaves the plate there. Well, I guess the only one that really matters is the one with the whip. So here you go, and he slides the blade toward Remy, and he leaves.
The only one that matters is the one with the way.
Words to live by.
He slowly leaves the room.
As he leaves him like, so he's for slavery. Put him down.
Apparently, my rolls benefit the NPCs too, because I rolled a 17.
Damn! All right. Has an interesting sweet taste. Just with a few spices that actually brings up the sweetness of it. You know, not that bad.
You see his tongue stick out and lick his beak a few times.
Okay, good. Well, have a pleasant wait and a pleasant rest of the trip. If you ever need something to drink, just let. And he points to the person outside. Just let him know. We don't have anything fancy, but we do have a few ales. Someone just brought a few barrels in and gave one to the train for the employees. And technically not of this train, but you know, it's like my mother used to say, it's always good to share. And he leaves, walking backward from the room.
Hey, I
Never
mean, as
breaking
long
eye
as they have
contact.
Bud Light, I am just a worker. Bud Light's my favorite ale. Sorry, Bud is light.
Light
Sorry,
Bud
that's
Ale.
Light Bud.
Light Bud, yeah, it's Light Bud.
Mhm.
Made from the bud of trees.
My wife and the kids always have me a pack when I get home. You know.
My kids were always partial to Air Bud.
All right.
Anyways,
So, takes a moment, but just as he said, eventually you feel the train being moved, and probably that cart being added. You feel the train is slightly moving in a direction, and for you, Fisher, since you've seen the schematic, you know what's happening. The train has been placed on a turning table, and the locomotive has been severed from the rest of the train, and you're all being oriented toward this new cart. And after that, replaced in the right direction with the locomotive, and after maybe 15 minutes, you hear the whistle saying that the train is about to leave. Now, it's been an hour. You're reaching maybe noon very soon. It's a little brick of somewhere between bread and cake. Sort of was interesting for half of the group. And, you know, at least it's something in my stomach for the rest of the group. And Fisher looking at everyone,
fails
just
again.
wondering again, why? Why?
All right.
Would Warforged not need any fuel?
They feed off the fumes of the universe.
Got a self-recharging arcane core.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, all you need is a period of low activity, and it's enough for the energy level to.
Oh, Jordan, because we took a sleep, did you regain dispel magic? I was just wondering.
Oh,
oh shoot! Wait, we're back. I forgot we took a long rest, huh?
Yes.
definitely.
You guys should make the changes you want to make.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 'cause
Really, any changes that you feel might be
Appropriate.
good to anticipate.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a build right now that's a bit of everything that can be useful while you're traveling in a dangerous place, but probably not oriented toward combat or only combat, that's probably the build you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. So we have someone that can do pass without a trace.
Alright, so while Jorg takes a moment, because apparently in the first hour he spent it praying for his spells, and
Mm-hmm.
he's
Definitely.
catching-
You could tell I was doing that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It showed. Just sitting in the corner, praying. That's part of the thing that was so imposing when you entered. You know, Remy had the whip, and you were facing the wall, and on your knees.
Occasionally you heard the whipping sound from behind you, and you weren't sure if it was actually being used or if it was just mimicry.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, Remy decided to copy your when you received a hit, so it would So now you know why he reacted like this when he entered the room. So it takes a few moments, and no one decides to come in other than that person. So you have a mostly silent and lonely moment, talking about the few elements that still needs to be talked out, and the most important element, being how hard does Remy want to fuck? No, and
So that they can hear.
yeah, you have to judge this. If it's a giant, that scream might be heard from all around. So, train is reconnected with the locomotive, and slowly, inches by inches, the train starts moving again. And apparently you are being left alone once more. Train starts moving, you look outside, and Magna's there again. No.
She's back.
The Griever's at the next stop.
He's waiting for the train.
As you're arriving, you say, how the heck did... Oh, never mind.
Suddenly we find ourselves on the set of It Follows.
Oh. That would have been an interesting day to have for Groundhog Day. The day that you met the Griever. Alright. So, you start again and start moving. It's a pretty boring watch. Looking outside, it's mostly hills with just a few trees there, here and there. You sometimes see an animal that you're not sure what it is. Remy, you look at this and you remember seeing the picture of that thing, and that's an undead creature. It's a good thing. It's actually quite aggressive, if you remember correctly what you read. The hour goes by, and the person outside hears whip cracking again. And someone that feels like he's enjoying this. And after...
They start wondering to themselves, it's like, I wonder why they keep working with that. Oh.
Okay. Now I understand.
Get on it now.
After maybe 45 minutes, nearly 50 minutes, that long wait, that for you, audience, Tobiashi and Fisher, feels slightly longer than everyone else. Because you can't shake it. You can't shake that feeling of someone looking at you disapprovingly. This additional weight on your shoulder.
I mean, I can. I've had that as from my mother my whole life.
If you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. But you did have your pudding, didn't you?
You already ate your pudding, huh? I thought you loved me.
All right. Probably with such a high. Oh, what are the passive insights? Remy has a 19, I believe. Tobiyashi 16. No, that's investigation. That's insight.
18. I've been 18.
Oh, you went up. Tobiyashi.
It's been the same.
Mine is a 10, so
Okay, so that's insight. Good. Yeah, passive insight. Remy and Tobiyashi. Tobiyashi doesn't need it because he's already feeling down. So Jorg doesn't have that good of a passive insight. So probably Remy. I mean, you've studied audience as if it was your major. And he does look
yeah, Remy just has advantage on insight.
when it
against-
comes to audience. You've looked at him so much that you could probably draw him on a piece of paper blindfolded. You do notice that he looks... Something seems to be weighing on his mind. Not by a lot. And you'd admit that it's probably so small that most of the group most likely haven't figured this out. But he looks just a tiny bit down.
What's the matter, little one?
I'm fine, No, sorry.
That's fine. Oh, the matter? I don't think anything's the matter. The snacks we got brought weren't very good.
And now
My
Remy
wife's
feels
kind of-
conflicted. You're spreading this bad feeling. That's shame on you.
Uh,
Well, I can't
Got
say.
something on your mind, sport?
I don't know. I don't know. Just feeling like something might be. I don't know. A sense of disapproval, but I don't think it's from my god.
Well, yes, in terms of your god, like you can't do anything wrong.
Just an overall sense of disapproval from something, but I don't really think it's anything.
You know, Remy, when you look at the audience, you look at how his shoulder is slightly lower, as if someone had added a brick, not an explosive brick, just a normal brick inside of his backpack.
Looks like he's about to blow.
Or if he's just gonna like analyze magic on me or something. Analyze curse.
No, you don't have to interact with this. You don't have to go along with this. I'm just giving
Nah.
possibilities. If you want this interaction to stop here, I can jump to the next event.
I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about it. I'm just kind of like, at the moment, I don't super care. It's fine.
Just keep your chin up. And you feel like an invisible force, like, moving your head slightly upward.
With this awkward conversation, just barely breaking the silence of this cart. Well, silence that's being occasionally broken with a cracking of the whip. any mimicking of someone in the group being injured.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm in a video game. Give us 5 sound of being injured. Ah. No, pick one.
All right, we're just gonna have that playing on loop for the entire dungeon.
Meow? Oh, sorry, wrong soundboard. My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
So
just got it.
horny. Oh, man, that one getting there.
Shit. Wrong stream, guys. Wrong stream now.
Yes, mommy, give me more. No, sorry.
Alright, what's the next event?
So I will go ahead and say for the record
Yes.
that just in case, Raimi when they arrive, like some minutes out before they arrive at their final destination,
Yes.
he's going to have a pre-ritual cast comprehend languages,
Okay.
just in case it comes up,
Okay.
and he
Smart,
doesn't have the time
smart.
to do it proper.
Yeah, because I don't think that Tobayashi's mask would fit well his uniform. Is he there? I haven't seen him blink in a while. Okay, good. He's
He put on a Tobayashi mask.
Yeah, I put on my mask real quick, guys. No.
Alright, so,
You swear to school.
are your eyes burning? I mean, you stayed without blinking for a long time.
Oh, no. My eyes are fine. I do it every day.
Okay.
I'm always staring at this computer screen like that.
Okay, that's good. So, all right. So, a few minutes before arriving, you preemptively cast comprehend language. So, as you see this village size established settlement arriving in the horizon, and feel like you're probably somewhere in the area of noon, 12:30 when you're arriving. Train slowly arrives. You feel the deceleration moments after moments. There's probably that element of tension as you're arriving because bigger place, they might have higher security. Takes a few more minutes. You feel once again the train going up. That's the train going above the wall, and then slowly entering the station, going around once, and then ending where everyone disembarks. Once again, you hear someone arriving. So, we've arrived. Guessing you already know that. Well, the moment you can, the train leaves in 30 minutes. So, if you have to finish something in there, you have 30 minutes. After that, well, unfortunately, you're going to be riding back toward the capital. So, just letting you know.
Alright. Guess it's time to leave.
As you hear someone walking away, you also hear, no, you can't stay here. If they have to finish something, it's going to be louder. You hear 2 people walking away. So, you're left alone. What are you doing?
Well, you first.
Are you still awake?
Yeah, I mean, we might as well head out.
All right.
Yeah, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go. Pick everything up. You get out.
On your feet, you useless waste of space.
That
Yes,
goes
sir.
better with the. All right. So, everyone gets up, leaves this place. You see someone, well, rather, you hear someone start running the moment the door opens. You find yourself going through the carts and toward the exit. It's not long. It's 2 carts away. And this is where everyone is disembarking the train. I was looking for another word, but didn't want to come out. So you find yourself in front of 2 Mill-E's, looking at everyone disembark the train. They have this little device in their hand, and you see them comparing everyone to the image coming out of this device. It's placed in a way that it's not allowing you to see it clearly, unless you want to make a roll. But they're looking for someone.
Okay. Well, we're just dock workers, so they're not looking for us.
All right.
Well,
They may be looking for us, but we're not dressed
I'll
in the
keep
way
my
that
hand
we're
in front of my
looking.
face, kind of.
I
like,
mean, yes, but
Hey, they're looking
you
for a
see
dragon.
Since
Wanted
the
posters of a
evaluator would have
headshot.
reasons to be looking around, would a 23 be enough to see what the image is?
Yeah, okay. You have comprehend language. All right, so
Immediately paying dividends.
yeah, well, one of them is a picture that it's hard to differentiate the differences. Fisher might see the differences more easily, but it's a machine. But because you have your read language, you immediately realize they're actively looking for Civ. He's been placed on a watch list. So Millies, at least everywhere on this island, are paying attention to him arriving, at least giving you a hint that he might have survived the encounter.
Well, you know what they say. Sucks to be him. We're not Civ. Let's keep moving.
Yeah.
Like, we're not Civ.
You feeling okay, audience? I know.
No, I didn't say that out loud. Actually, audience would be happy by that confirmation. Because it means he's
yeah.
on the loose.
Well, Remy will
Yeah.
have to give you the confirmation first, but eventually you'll get it. You see the image flip and change, and you recognize the image of your Kenku counterpart, but it also comes with a with something written implying that it is unlikely that this creature will be traveling, but still just in case. And you see Tobiashi's and Audience's face, although Audience is Dragonborn on this. It is written that
Like
they
I said-
are suspected to be helping criminals. And if they are seen, they are to be detained and interrogated.
So the way more accurately, this is like the versions of them that were passing them off as the Beat brothers.
Yes.
Yeah, are the Beat brothers under suspect? Damn it.
The Beat brothers are under suspect.
They're on to the beats.
No, the cards, the trail.
You might even say that they've found a hot beat.
Not the beats.
No, you wouldn't.
Alright, well, who's casting illusion on me? So I don't look like a dragonborn.
I think Ramey's designated as your illusion caster.
I just put like a smudge.
If Ramey makes that known, I think I can do one for Toby.
Probably Audience, you realize that Remy's spell is only 5 feet long, so you have to slouch a little bit so that your cloak covers your feet. Because a human
That's
with
okay.
dragonborn feet is a bit weird.
Who says I'm not wearing shoes?
Have you seen the feet of dragonborns?
Who says I'm not wearing
You know what
big
they say
shoes?
about big shoes?
Yeah.
Big
Jord
size.
gets it.
Actually, like
Be
probably what Raby would have to
hilariously
do is
large. It'd be like clown shoes.
Right.
Raimi is going to grab Tobiyashi by the back of his collar, just like, stand up straight. Don't make me beat you. And when he says that, though, he looks more in Fisher's direction.
He spells beat, B-E-E-T.
And then I will cast Minor Illusion. And
Make me look like a dirty old worker.
yeah, he's gonna age him a bit and give him this nose that's been broken 15 times.
So older with a gnarly nose.
Yeah.
Then I assume I don't look like a dragonborn anymore.
So what are you making audience look like, Remy? Since you don't have an imagination, you're gonna have to take a face that you've already seen. So who are you making the audience look like?
True.
Changes it to my face.
He
That one.
actually, you know what? He even though it pains Raimi to do this, he puts onto him the ugliest face that Raimi has ever seen, so that people will not want to look at him hard.
All right.
That's fine. I'm a trade worker. We're not supposed to be pretty.
So audience, you end up with a face of this person that, damn. Everyone looks at you for a moment. Even Jorg has this moment of, And you're not sure you actually want to look into a reflective surface to see what everyone else is seeing, but what you're seeing is it's this face of probably a dwarf, very old, and you just look in his eyes and you see how sour he is. You can hear his voice in your head, this scratching voice. And there's a small stain on the side of his lips here, meaning that he probably keeps chewing on something black.
All right.
God, he made audience a chewer.
There's some marks everywhere, even his nose. It feels like it's the craters of the moon, of one of the moons. Just looking at his nose, oh, that looks like it hurts.
All right. Did they let us by?
Oh, this has been a while since I did this. Blue or black?
Blue.
Good choice.
There was no hesitation from me. Absolutely zero.
All right, good choice. So you decide to go in the left row and use that melee. Looks at you for a moment, looks at all of you one after the other, looks at Jorg, fine. Looks at Tobiyashi, takes a moment, okay, that's fine. Looks at Fisher. Doesn't seem to match anything he has on his device. Looks at audience. There's a moment there where
I was looking at audience.
There's a moment there where you recognize, okay, that one is not sentient because he's not reacting to my face. And he just lets you go. And then Remy, you have a moment where looks at you more carefully, looks at the picture of your friendly counterpart. Looks at you again. He lets you go. So if you had taken the black, I rolled natural 20 on the black. You had all been in deep shit.
Who's that, Sam?
A good instinct.
You know what they say?
Always bet on blue. That's
I
what
always,
they
I,
said.
yeah, I always bet on blue.
Alright. So apparently, this time you managed to fool the guard. And you find yourself in this village. Not village, town. And you're forced to admit, looking at this town, it feels like a town which was much more prominent a while back, but has declined significantly in the past few decades. You notice that there are a few housing buildings, which looks mostly abandoned. It's really not big enough to be a capital city, but, you know, it has several streets, branching streets, always branching in a Y shape, never in a cross shape. Big enough to have at least 2 inns. There's a town square where there are a lot more businesses, more variety. You see a tailor, you see a cobbler, you even see someone that makes barrels, which I don't remember what they're called in English, I mean. So, larger place, a lot more activity, especially now that you're arriving. It's around nearly 1 o'clock, with you leaving the train and the train entering and everything like that. Maybe 12:45. Some people are actually finishing to eat their dinner, so some people are coming back.
Is there a timid-looking civilian?
Yeah, in a town that's not all that hard to find, especially if you look at young ones. When they look at a group like you arriving, which someone that looks like you right now, audience.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab one of them by the shoulder and be like, "Hey, we gotta go talk to the train master. Do you know where his office is? Because we're dressed in train gear stuff."
I remember.
And also, that is actually who we need to talk to, or not actually talk to, but.
They refuse to look you in the eyes, but
Yeah, well, you notice that his gaze is avoiding all of the lower part of of your face. You know, he's intently looking in your eyes. But for anyone that has, I'd say, more than 12 passive insight, you sort of realize that he's looking at audience's eyes because he doesn't want to look at his mouth. And he's...
Come on, answer me quickly, boy.
Well, yeah, of course, sir. He's at the train station, the maintenance bay. It's just at the end of at the end. Oh goodness, I looked at it. At the end of the station. Right there. Oh, over
Appreciate
there.
it. Thank you. Run along. I'll give him like a kind of push, pat on the back away, like a rough toss him away.
Probably Jorg Tobiashi and Remy, you hear him mumbling as he's leaving. God, that man was ugly. Ah, never seen a nose that bad. He's leaving.
All right. I'll point out where you point. I'll be like, all right, well, that's Remy. That's where we need to go. Talk to the person, if you know my drift.
picking up what I'm putting down in the ground. Beats. Put beats down.
All right.
Very
but-
nods. Although, even he's having to kind of like, oh no, he could totally see through the illusion because he made it. Never
He
mind.
knows.
He doesn't have to suffer through his own machinations.
Well, it probably takes a little bit of focus to tune out the image because you realize it's an illusion. You see through it. It's sort of as if there was still a 10% opacity to this image that you still have moments where, oh yeah, I remember. Oh damn, I really hated that man.
Raimi has to look deep to see what the beauty on the inside of the illusion.
Alright.
So you immediately turn around and start walking toward the other end of this town. The general mood seems to be relaxed, so that's always, at least it's that. You do hear a few people talking as you're walking along the way, trying to get there. Some people are talking about something they've heard happen not far away from their city, their station, this little settlement. Probably Remy, you're the first one to catch this as you're walking in the street. Some people entered the city, the town, not long ago, and maybe beginning of the day, and they were boasting about things they hunted. From the way they looked, they probably looked like a group of some rebel cell somewhere. From the comments that people are stating, or this statement is a little bit more worrying. You transmitted to audience that they were still looking for Civ, and that made him feel more at ease. But this rumor tells of this group of people in the wild, and they apparently intercepted a unit moving at very high speed. Something different with that unit, there was this blue formation around it, sort of blue crystals everywhere. I mean, they used a harpoon to get it. Managed to dodge the first one, but the second one he tried to protect himself from it, but the harpoon went right through his defense and straight into him. You hear them boast about how they nearly quite literally dance around this unit being impaled, and they just left it there. Made sure that everything had been cut around it, and anyone who would see it would know that they harpooned one of them in a single shot. Granted, the thing that you hear one say, oh yeah, they didn't, they always keep out some information. It's a type of harpoon that they use to frighten the sea snakes, so of course it can get through any armor, but they're not gonna say this. The one just said, so that's really just it? I mean, I give you money every day to tell me what's happening outside, and all you're doing is you're telling me this story about someone being hunted and having blue blood and crystalline protection that just shattered, and they just left it there? I mean, that's not very interesting a story. You asked me a story. That's what I heard. I mean, they just came this morning. They left maybe an hour ago.
No, if they're already gone, I can't question them. So
Well, they left the inn an hour ago. Don't know if they left
Oh.
town. They might still be there,
Also, I kind of want one of those harpoons.
but
Should follow up with that.
Is that what the arbalists are for?
a harpoon like this, an audience knowing what these sea snake, how large these sea snake are, the harpoon itself is probably easily beyond 10 feet long, made to go through thick armor.
Yeah. But we could go if it can go through Civ's crystalline protections, it can go through the orange guy's crystalline protections too.
Mm.
And then I can walk up to him and say, "Get pooned."
What?
I don't know.
Get pooned. I think that's the best pun we've had all campaign.
Pooned.
Oh, good lord. So, as Remy, you catch this rumor as you're passing along. Apparently, it's a story that's, jumping from person to person. You hear small variation of it, but it's mostly that Civ has been haunted. Some say that he's been destroyed. He was supposedly on its way here. It was intercepted, going roughly in this direction.
Well,
I'll be like, "Does anyone know where the hunters went?"
Report varies, and so all Remy can do is give you the exact wording that he heard. Some of them say that they went replenishing some supplies before leaving. Some say that they simply went out. Some say that they are nearby and they're hunting. Less than a day away. They come by quite often, especially when the end of the day arrives. They like boasting about their catch at the tavern.
Okay.
Remy, you hear at one point one say, "Oh, of course they're gonna be back." You know that the guy has a thing for the tailor.
It's a thing for the tailor. Okay.
well,
I'll kind of lean over to Fisher. I'll be like, "How much do we want to pursue this, or do we want to just keep with our plan?"
I mean, if Civ is stuck on a harpoon out there somewhere and needs help, we should try and find him. I don't know. It must be some kind of harpoon that he would need help, but we might as well check.
Yeah, I mean, we just need we just need to find where these hunters are, and they said they're coming back, so we just need to wait for them to come back.
Well, yeah. We could also go do our little... Although we should probably do that at night, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
stealth mission.
I mean, they
So-
said they come back in the evening a lot, so some of them might come back, and they said they have a thing for the tailor, so if we can find who the tailor is, maybe they'll hang out around him. Or her. I don't know.
yeah, what if sure.
I mean, yeah, sure.
What if we try to get the information from the tailor by swooning them? Audience, you seem good at that.
Not with this face.
Oh, we could give you a different face.
It's a face that not even a mother could love.
All right. Who? I guess the next question I'm gonna ask. So, who's this Taylor? I'm here for the hot gossip. Who's this Taylor?
Yeah, I
that
just
they're
got into
into?
this town, so hot
So
goss.
you grab this other child and make him look at your nose carefully. Who's the tailor here?
Who's this Taylor?
I think you need a priest.
Your nose. Go visit the temple, please.
Doesn't matter how
Mommy, I'm
it doesn't
scared.
matter how you look. It's how you dress, kid. Learn that now. Learn that early. No.
All right. Well, in that case, finding someone that might have information on the tailor.
Why don't we just go to the tailor? Why don't we ask where the tailor's at? We could check it
There
out.
might be multiple tailors. I want to know who the tailor is that specifically the hunters are into. They'll probably know who I'm talking about. This kind of information is known by townspeople, usually.
Okay. Make an investigation roll.
I got you. I'm great at these. Watch this. Easiest nat 20 of my life. That's a 1.
Every time you turn around to ask someone, you get too close and you see the person just go, "Oh!" Even one of them even starts vomiting on sight. And
Right. Someone else asked where the tailor is.
All right.
well,
It's like, all right, somebody else do this.
Fisher, ask where the tailor is. You seem imposing, and like people would tell you.
so the role is mostly
What?
to know how long it's gonna take. So audience is having a lot of trouble every time he intercepts someone. That person just run away screaming or feels
I'm
sick
gonna
to
do
his
it.
stomach, and eventually he, well, just like he just did, he asked Fisher to help. Meanwhile, we have Jorg and Tobiashi just laughing their guts out while looking at this show.
So then that gives me advantage, right? So
You know
then I
what?
roll.
I was
There's
like-
my nat 20. I actually rolled a nat 20 when I asked Fisher to help.
Welcome.
So, thank God, Fisher. He asks you for help, and you come up with this strategy of, right after he asks someone, when you see that they just want to run away and nearly screaming, you catch them on their way out, and then you just turn them in another direction. And, oh, don't worry, my friend just wants some information. He doesn't want your soul. So
Army just pops out from behind a wall. Goes back.
but then you use the fact that he seems to be thoroughly unsettled by audience's look, and the fact that audience is slowly walking toward you because you seem to have caught someone, to make a little bit of pressure on the person. If you don't talk quickly, he's gonna arrive. And so with this counterpoint to audience, how do you formulate that question?
I mean, audience would say straight up, where's the tailor
Yeah,
that what's the tailor that the hunters are into?
Yeah, but right now Fisher is protecting them from
Oh.
you. So Fisher, how do you formulate that question?
We're looking for the tailor.
This person looks over his shoulder impatiently. Which tailor? Which you need? What do you need to be tailored? There's oh God.
Well, not for their services. Somebody
Hot goss.
is looking for them.
Well, there are several tailors. There's one at the entrance to the station, and mostly work with clothes for the outside. There's one that's just a few corner in that direction. Oh God, please let me go. Mostly with clothes, and there's the other one over there near the edge of the settlement that mostly helps with fishing stuff. Come on, please, let me go.
The ones that the hunters go to.
Oh, you should go with the one with the clothes. The one with the clothes. It's the only one with a daughter. You can't miss it. Come on, please, let me go.
Here's Johnny.
Alright, get out of here. Run for your life.
Look at him. You did good, kid. Man, sir. I need another light beam.
They're what?
No, I said I need another light beam.
Alright. Well, I guess while Remy's doing the other thing, if it's the one near the train station, we can be hanging out with the tailor. Or trying to...
All of us?
Well, not all of us. That'd be weird.
Then who?
So,
Aw.
how exactly are you separating this group right now? Or are you staying all at the same
Well-
place?
We have to wait till evening.
Okay.
I guess... How close is it till evening?
Like I said, right now it's probably somewhere between near 1 o'clock. You've been
Okay.
walking a little bit. You've been asking questions around, so a lot of people know that someone's looking for the tailor.
I guess I would go hang out near the tailors to see if any hunters stop by throughout the day.
Okay.
What do we need from the tailors?
Nothing.
Okay, we're just looking for the.
We're looking for the hunters, and apparently the hunters have either a crush on the tailor or the tailor's daughter, or both. I'm not sure.
Oh, I like that in the affirmation. I think I'm gonna include it. They like
mean,
the daughter and the father.
Anywhere else you need me to go check out, or is that all we're looking for? Because we could all look for something, or I could just stay here and get some light ale.
You look like you want some light ale, Toby. Why don't you stay here and get some
I
light ale?
need some light ale.
Right now you're in the middle of the street, so you're going to the closest tavern.
Go, actually,
Yeah.
you contact. Tell me if the
I can
hunters
go
go
to
to the inn. You can see if the hunters go
Okay.
to the inn. So they
Yeah.
don't go to the tailors.
All right, so
That's actually cool.
I'll go to the inn and keep watch out. Maybe have a few drinks. You want to come with me, George, or where are you gonna
I'll go with you.
all right.
All right,
So
for sure, you want to come hang out by the tailors with me?
Fisher, you're not allowed. Humans don't.
Sure.
No, just like I'm kidding.
And then maybe you're gonna go scout out the office.
Remy is the only one with choice. He can go to see the tailor with Audience and Fisher. He can go with Jorg and Tobiyashi, get drinks. I mean, watch the taverns,
Wait.
and he can go to the train
Be very
station for
responsible.
reconnaissance.
You see, in Ramey's brain, he can do a reconnaissance anywhere at any time, but he feels as though, and he loves Audience to death, figuratively and literally, but the pair of them are not exactly the most insightful people in the world.
Are you worried that I may think a small child is the hunter and go up and start asking her questions?
Beating the child to a pulp.
I'm Batman for the dragon.
Where have you harpooned my friend? Do you mean this doll? You know what I'm talking about.
Why?
I think Ramey is more concerned that somebody's going to be lying straight to your face, picking their nose and everything, and you wouldn't know the difference.
That's why I cast Zone of Truth.
Also, he needs to change your face every once in a while.
Just randomly change my face.
I feel like I just heard someone say you need to change your diaper once in a while. All right, so that was a really weird stream today. Sound problem. How to categorize this? Kink problems.
Hey, kinks are only a problem if you make them a problem.
Collecting them like badges, you know what I mean?
Kinks are either a curse or a blessing. I choose to make them a blessing.
Yeah.
Should I start giving my worker Tobiyashi an accent? I tell you what, no.
Oh,
My wife
goodness.
kids,
There's
I
an
work
H
very
before
hard
the
for
ones
them.
I tell you
Me
what.
and Toby are gonna start having identity crises on this island. It's like, who am I? Am I a beat brother? Am I a worker?
Am I a
They're
monk?
getting in
Or
too deep.
601.
Maybe I'm a
Lost
warrior.
themselves.
You know,
Who
George,
am
something
I?
just don't feel right to me. It's like this
Slapping him
island's
across
taking,
the face.
like this island's taking control of me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, see what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
You succeeded. You're saving throw, George. You don't feel
George
the
just
same weight.
has a joint now. He's like, yeah.
I feel like I have a wife and kids at home, and like the weight of taking care of them has been too much.
As you hear those two walking away toward the inn, practicing this accent, Fisher, from inside of you, you hear, "Ah, you're really gonna rely on them?"
We have the easy
I think
job.
I think we're doing us and Raimi are doing the important job. So I think
Oh yes, because they can't say anything that would compromise your group while they're drinking.
I
Light beer.
am
don't worry
going
about
to decide to trust them.
Oh yeah, well, you never said you had good judgment. All right.
it.
Remy, you look at Fisher. He looks like he's pooping. You remember why? He has that poop face again. For some reason,
All right.
you sympathize with probably what Terranad is saying. You don't know why.
Like he's an asshole, but he's got good points. So.
That's his whole thing. He is an asshole, and he always has a good point.
That's why it's worse.
Alright, so you split up the group. Nearly half of it going to the tavern, and the other half going to the tailor. Trying to see what information you can glean off of this. At least, audience, you have a good time for this, because the moment you arrive in the tailor shop, you immediately realize why they keep coming back.
Well, I wasn't gonna go in the tailor shop because then I was gonna have to make an excuse why I was gonna be in a tailor shop from 1 to like 9 at night.
Oh, no. I'm not saying that you enter it. I'm saying that you look
Oh.
from the door and you immediately realize why.
Oh.
Because you see behind
Dude,
the
total
counter,
babe at the counter.
just maybe 5 or 6 steps behind this man that looks like a refrigerator. You see this tall woman, blonde hair, long blonde hair, very graceful. So graceful, you'd say, okay, that's probably half elf, but like that, probably 3/4 elf. Tall, slender, graceful.
Have we seen any elves on this island?
You haven't seen any elves. You've seen a few half elves, but you haven't seen any elf. However,
That's a little weird. How are they getting here?
Sachet did mention that there have been elves on
Okay.
the island.
There have.
However, not a lot, and far between in each arriving.
Damn, this man pulling. All right.
You could probably imagine that most of the half elves are probably descended from any number of these.
Yeah.
So,
Fair enough.
looking at this, you sort of realize why, if it's really her, it could be the dad.
He said he was built like a refrigerator, like,
The dude's built like a door, a double door. The woman's built like what you want to see on a calendar for elves.
So I was gonna continue the door metaphor by saying the door with a nice pair of knockers.
And this is where we end today's stream.
Good night, everybody.
All right, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna mention this. She looks very beautiful, very graceful. It feels like the silk around her reacts nearly to her will. She reaches to in a direction to take a bolt of silk or just a long strand of silk, and it feels like the silk just reaches for her. This is how graceful each and every one of her movement is. Looking at the father, you think is the father. You can't help but say, the guy is built. I respect that, but damn, she's adopted. Because he doesn't have a single thing of elf in him.
Alright, I have to duel her. She knows the Silken Way. We gotta see who's
It's
better.
okay. I have to duel the dad. He's also built like a double door. I have to arm wrestle him.
Alright, so
Duel the multiple.
with this, and before other jokes are made, I think this is a good place to end today's episode so we don't get anyone too tired. Alright, so thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. We hope you had a very pleasant evening with all of those puns, which have been more abundant today than in regular episode, I have to admit.
Sometimes you just gotta get booned.
Good lord. Hey, got something new in the chat. I don't know how long it's been since you'd said hello, but hey.
He just did.
Okay.
He just did.
Hello.
Hello and goodbye.
Yeah, 'cause sorry you arrived at the last minute. I hope you enjoyed the show. Sometimes things are really nice when they're short and sweet. So you arrived just in time to hear the beautiful description of a woman, although it might not be all that fun if you're a woman and interested into men. Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us, even though it's only for a few minutes. Yeah, sorry. But hey, if you're there on Friday, we have a rebroadcast. So for Eastern time, because this is where I am, it's 7:30. So I'm sorry if it's a bit early for you. If not, well, VODs aren't restricted, and there are not a lot of people talking in chat Friday, so it's not going to be that different from watching a VOD, honestly. And since we're about to end, in probably 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to be able to watch it. Oh, okay. Well, that happens. Alright, so, like I was saying, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Well, just thank you. I thought I could come up with a third thing, but I didn't. So, thank you. We hope you had a pleasant evening, whatever part of the day it is where you are. If there are days and night, you never know. And we hope you'll be there next week, next Wednesday or next Friday, if you're watching the rebroadcast, for apparently a whole lot of things, because we have 2 members in the tavern and 3 members scouting out for hunters coming in. So, and the audience feels obligated to arm wrestle the man behind the counter. So a lot of action, a lot of weird stuff, and possibly part of the group betraying the other part of the group. Who knows?
What?
Why?
When did that happen?
There's no trust for you guys. Zero trust.
So
All right, I know Remy's gonna do it already, so I go to a guard. Hey, yeah, so I saw this dragon.
yeah, that's gonna help a whole lot. All right, so where was I? Oh yeah, thank you for watching us. We appreciate it very much. And as always, if you enjoyed the show, you can support us, support the stream by following us, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. We have accounts there. You can also make a donation, become a Patreon, subscribe, because now we can subscribe on Twitch. Well, we've been able to subscribe for a while, but maybe it's the first time you come in and you didn't know. And if you can't do any of those, not even leave a like on YouTube or Twitter or whichever platform you prefer. If you can't do any of those, just spreading the word of this channel is plenty, and it helps tremendously. So thank you, and as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.
Night.
Good
Good night.